Hello, I am Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. This is Minecraft. This is my dried out temple. And I've just finally finished drying the whole thing out. So let's go have a look, see what I've got. So, going down into the second level. It's not a lot on the second level. At least not directly from here. Got one of these corridors, these kind of U-bend corridors, but that just leads to a dead end. So there's not a lot here. I really would like to map this out, but mapping these are quite big, and so I have got like gridded note paper and stuff, but you can't fit this on like an A4. Can you, this kind of this level? Yeah, that's fine. But then you start getting down to this level, and it just gets really big. So this is more or less the same. No, it's not. It's a complete lie. So this is directly below the entrance. So again, we've got a bit of a corridor here. It's a completely different sort of corridor. I was kind of saying this. It's kind of the same. No, it's not. And then this area. That then leads to another of these U-bends, which then leads to a dead end. Only it's got slightly more of a dead end because it's got another room at the end of it. I get lost in these things so quickly. So I'm just going to see if I can't. First thing is get right back to where I was. Okay, so that's all. Here we go. Right, so we go down that way, and then there's that corridor. And so that just leads to a dead end. And then you got through. So this is another of these kind of framework corridors. They've got this middle thing, this kind of cage in the middle there. And that leads out into a balcony room. Balcony rooms seem to be a specific type of entrance, type of room that you find. So it's quite big. It's on 2 levels, and you got that balcony, and then you kind of got this area here. You wonder, are these meant to mean something in terms of the people who supposedly built this way back when? Did they have things in mind when they were doing that? Let's get back. So again, entrance. Going back this way. So now we've got some. That just leads to the dead end. But we can go down maybe. Yeah, let's not do that now. So the other way I can go from here. So I think I've pretty much explored everything on this level from this direction. But here's an interesting kind of room. It's obviously like a 2-level thing with these little L shapes. And there are ways to go from here, but if we stay on the same level, this leads us to, this is the main, this is the treasure chamber, which I believe is in the center thing, but I don't actually know where this is relative to the outside of it. And I don't really have, until I can really map this out, I'm not sure I'm going to know. But this is obviously a great big, and I can just wander down here and go and look. Except, you see how it's all connected in a strange way. So this is a great big chamber. This is the biggest chamber, I think, in the whole thing. Up and below, if I mine through here, there's gold blocks, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave that for other people if they want to do that. Sometimes you get rooms off this. Like you got this room here, which actually leads back to a corridor here. So that's a corridor that leads right around. So these slopes here, that's the outside wall, and you can see how that you get these corridors in between these larger structures and that outside wall. Now there is one room in here. I think this is the dead end. Yeah, just one room off that. But nothing on that wall and nothing on these walls. Admittedly, these walls would be these walls here, obviously, and so they're there. So this is obviously right up against one edge of the temple. That eventually comes around, and this this is a bigger, there's a bigger gap between it and the edge of the temple, and this leads back into our balcony room. That's how that's all joined together. To run back now. So passing on the outside of the treasure room at this stage. Treasure room. And if we continue on, past some lanterns, yet more corridor around the outside, but you get, this must be one of the wings, because you can see how narrow that is. It goes right round and round, and then you tend to have these two wings to a temple. This must be one of the wings. That leads into this kind of area, which I always think of as a temple, not quite sure why. This is one of the room types. You tend to only get one of these. And then now I'm going to get lost. No, I'm not. What's that? Oh, that just leads back in here. Okay. So those are quite. Those are quite close together. So that leads me back to here, which can get me back to the main room, no problem. But I'm going to very quickly nip down here because there's not a lot here. Okay. Somewhere around here is the actual entrance to the place, and I'm not quite sure where I find that. Right, that's the main treasure chamber. So somewhere around is the main treasure, the main entrance, and I wonder if I've lost that somewhere. Yeah, that leads up into an attic space, which again is just the gap between these various rooms that have been generated and the outside shell. That there is the temple room, just down there. That hole leads through to the temple room, or what I've called the temple room. It is a very interesting setup. I now have forgotten which way I'm pointing. Right, here we go. So I haven't been down. I don't think I've been down here. I don't think. Not a huge. Right, so these are just some corridors. Another one of these frame/cage rooms, which doesn't need anyone. I wonder if there are these programs that you can use that use what's known as photogrammetry. Ah, the entrance. And a grumpy guardian who's gone away. There you go. I kind of think of this as so this is the main entrance. Ow. What have I got on me? Stop that. I kind of think of this is the main entrance. So you're coming in. I kind of imagine this is like the cloakroom where you put your robes on to do all your magic, ocean temple stuff. All these other rooms, I don't know, the cage room leads nowhere, so I don't know what that's for. What were the original inhabitants thinking when they were building this, I wonder? Now I am going to do a thing. I'm going to make a couple of doors is what I'm going to make, because I like to make just 2 doors, but you have to make them lots of 3. Right. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. There we go. Pick that up. So that way I can sit here and talk about stuff and not get zapped. Well, I can if a guardian gets in those kind of in that area there, they can zap me. But basically, they mostly can't, which is good. I kind of wonder if there's not bits of this temple that I haven't found yet. Because this is the entrance, and you got these two wings. I think this must be one of the wings. I'm not quite sure how it all comes together. So what I'm going to actually do. I'm actually just going to take. I just have these a spare set of potions. So we're going to have a look at the outside for a bit. Woo. Now I don't have the best vision, but the water breathing helps with being able to see underwater. So you got this kind of entranceway, and it looks like the original floor has kind of eroded away, so you know. So presumably at one point when this was first created, this would all be on a level, and yeah, who knows? Were they originally created under the water, and then only later sunk? Were they created under the water, or were they created over land only then sunk? So this is a bit hard to see. It's not brilliant, but you can see those two wings, and I'm pretty sure I was in one of them, where the main treasure thing is. I'm not quite sure. I'm not even sure if I've been in that second one. You can see the nicely bright lit area that I've gone. I should make that entrance a bit more symmetrical. Oh, it's also at night, which doesn't help. But you can get an idea of the architecture of this place, how it all works. Now, what I am tempted very vaguely to do, other than the fact that it's an enormous amount of work, and also I'm not entirely sure it would make for entertaining viewing. Ooh, that is, I just love that shot. I think it's very pretty. Anyway, that bit of landscape. So you can get an idea of how big this is, and what I would like to do, but I suspect would be very, very difficult, would be to actually dry out all of this temple so you can actually get a look at the whole thing. I think that would be kind of neat. I wish I had a night vision potion actually, because then you could really see how it looked. One of the ideas I've had for doing that is to surround the whole thing with glass. Right up to, you know, there, up to the surface, and then dry it out using a similar process to the sponges that I use to get the inside done. Wood. I think that could theoretically be kind of neat. Now, let's see if I can find my way back out again. Oh, look at that. Look at these arrows. They're brilliant. I might want to replace these at some point with ones that say this way to the main temple, this way to, you know, that kind of. Yeah. Be on fire. There you go. Thanks so much for that experience. Right, so this is directly underneath the main thing, and so I going what? We will call this left, I guess. And then we'll fall down and make a fool of ourselves. And that leads to the main treasure chamber. So that's definitely on one of the wings. I'm wondering if I've even been down that other wing, which would be off this way. You know, don't know if I've really have I found enough things to be that other wing. I suppose this might be down there. This might be that wing. I mean, I could probably find out by like carving through walls, but that seems a bit destructive. So yeah, maybe I should set up some rechange your signs so they point to different ways, not just to the entrance and back, but to other places within the temple. And so I can probably clear this bit out, get zapped by monsters. You didn't think that thing through, did you? Aha, I'll go towards the interloper. And I'll fight them and oh no, it's all dry. So there we are on the map, but that doesn't really tell you very much. It must be said. So I could, in theory, even repair this top area. Yeah, if I made a big kind of glass cube, I could make the main entrance the entrance, and get rid of this way, because you wouldn't actually even be able to swim in, because at the moment the entrance requires you to be able to swim in. But I could clear all this out and make a kind of a tourist attraction out of the whole thing, which would be kind of neat. Let's eat. I've run out of food. I think I've run out of food. I got some food. So there you go. That is now that temple done. So I need to decide what I want to do next. Whether I want to keep on Minecrafting or maybe play something else, or find another big interesting project to do on this server. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit me on DNFDice.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. And you can find links to those down below on the YouTube description. You can also just search for Nearly Left Dice on Twitter and Facebook. And until then, till we meet again, dig for victory.